David De Gea has found himself under immense pressure to keep his place between the sticks after his costly mistakes against Everton denied Manchester United a chance to keep their place atop the Premier League table. The Spanish goalkeeper came under the spotlight after making two blunders against the Toffees that resulted in goals, which allowed Carlo Ancelotti's men a route back into the game that ended in a 3-3 draw at Old Trafford on Sunday. De Gea made the howler in the second half, which led to Everton's first goal after guiding Dominic Calvert-Lewin's strike straight into the path of Abdoulaye Doucouré, who capitalised on the keeper's mistake with a simple tap-in. The Spaniard was slow to come out of his nest for the final goal of the match, which allowed Calvert-Lewin to level late on. But this isn't the first time the 30-year-old has made such a mistake. De Gea has made a number of high-profile errors last season, resulting in denying his side a chance to win on most occasions. The Spaniard's disappointing display in United's 3-1 FA Cup semi-final loss to Chelsea is there for everyone to see. De Gea was at fault for Olivier Giroud's opener late in the first half and then allowed Mason Mount's shot to squirm past him and into the net after the restart. In the 2019-20 season, the Spaniard conceded 36 goals in 38 matches, with 3 of them due to his own mistakes. This season, De Gea's mistakes have denied the Red Devils a chance to reach the knockout stages of the Champions League. The Spaniard could have helped United earn a valuable point had he not conceded the third goal against RB Leipzig in the last group stage match. The goalkeeper could have saved the goal that knocked them out of the European tournament had he not turned away and rather tried to make himself bigger in front of goal from the on-rushing winger Justin Kluivert. And most recently, De Gea was not quick enough to anticipate the movement of Calvert-Lewin, who scored the injury time equaliser. The 6-goal thriller, which relegates the Red Devils to second place in the standings, has sparked a barrage of criticism in England, most of which has fallen on the 30-year-old Spanish goalkeeper. The reason behind the strong criticism for the shot stopper is that De Gea was unable to make a single save in the entire match, as the Merseyside club managed to score from all 3 shots on target that they had. Credit to Ancelotti's men for converting all these chances into goals, but a display like this is difficult to digest for the United fans. These stats also exacerbate De Gea's save record in the 2020-21 season. According to the stats shared by Squawka, the percentage of saves made by De Gea this season has only reached 60.9. The record is relatively low when compared to other goalkeepers who've also appeared in the Premier League with at least 15 appearances. When it comes to saving percentage, De Gea is among the bottom 2 goalkeepers in the English top flight. According to the stats, the Spanish goalkeeper is only above Rui Patricio, who plays for Wolverhampton Wanderers. According to Who Scored, David De Gea has committed 8 errors leading to an opposition goal in the Premier League since 2017-18, 97 appearances, more than his first 7 league campaigns combined for United, 6 in 237 appearances. So far this season, he's played a total of 21 Premier League games and kept 8 clean sheets. He's conceded a goal every 70 minutes and has an effectiveness rate of over 60% in his interventions. Signed by Sir Alex Ferguson for a whopping €25 million from Atletico Madrid in 2011, De Gea has been United's main goalkeeper ever since. Despite being a first-choice goalkeeper at Old Trafford, the Spaniard makes silly mistakes that have an impact on the team's results. He's been one of the most decisive goalkeepers in the league for several seasons, despite the club's poor results for many seasons. His performance in recent years have scaled down, however, especially with the Spanish national team, where he's not managed to establish himself as La Roja's first-choice goalkeeper. Voted as the best Premier League goalkeeper during the 2017-18 season, De Gea has experienced a most impressive decline since the 2018 World Cup. Looking back to his blunder against Portugal when Cristiano Ronaldo's strike slipped through his hands into the goal, which seems to be the trigger for his descent into Avernus. And it looks like the shadow of the World Cup rests on De Gea until now. The Spanish goalkeeper, who's made more than 400 appearances for the Red Devils, has defended English Giants' goal for the past decade, but some inexplicable mistakes have cast doubts on his future at the Theatre of Dreams. De Gea's recent dip in form has prompted some of the former United players, including Paul Scholes, Gary Neville and Kasper Schmeichel, to suggest that Solskjaer reconsider his decision to play De Gea as a first-choice goalkeeper. The trio has asked the Norwegian manager to rest the Spaniard and call on the services of the academy graduate Dean Henderson, who's returned to Old Trafford after spending a successful loan spell at Sheffield United in England's top division. The 23-year-old was recalled before the beginning of the current campaign to provide competition for De Gea after putting up some memorable performances for the Blades, especially at Bramall Lane. Solskjaer has named him in the starting lineup for 3 FA Cup matches, 1 Champions League match and 4 League Cup matches. The English goalkeeper was also given a chance to make 2 league appearances following De Gea's injury against Southampton. After making just 2 starts in the Premier League this season compared to 36 for Sheffield last season, Henderson will get the nod when the Europa League restarts with a 2-legged tie against Real Sociedad. Henderson has performed well whenever he's got the opportunity, having kept 6 clean sheets and conceding only 9 goals in 11 appearances this season. But the 6'2" shot stopper remains a second-choice goalkeeper after being unable to dislodge De Gea as number 1. The Whitehaven-born star has proven himself to be a quality shot stopper with his performances in the Premier League over the past 2 years. He's strong in the air, he can deal with long balls and crosses, and most importantly, he's good at communicating with his defenders. Loud and clear communication between a defender and a goalkeeper has always played an important role in winning matches. It was a communication breakdown that prompted Harry Maguire to leave the cross towards Calvert-Lewin for De Gea to deal with. Solskjaer has advised Henderson, who's renewed his contract until 2025 in August last year, to keep working hard and wait for an opportunity, admitting that the young goalkeeper is ready to take De Gea's place as the team's number 1 in the near future. For me, Henderson has developed his game. I know he's not played as many games as he would have done last season. You see every game when he plays, and in training, you see his improvement, working hard on a couple of aspects that we've spoken about, and I've been impressed with his attitude and work rate. He's not the most patient guy. He wants to play every game because he knows he'll perform well so long may it continue because he's improved since he's come here, the 47-year-old said. Solskjaer, on the other hand, has sent out a thinly disguised warning to De Gea, who performed poorly in Saturday's draw against Everton. The manager stressed that every player at Old Trafford must win his place in the team, and given his reputation, the Norwegian coach will no longer take into account the player's seniority when selecting the team week in and week out. I wouldn't blame anyone on the goals. We know we could have done better to defend all of them. You have to be better and can't concede goals every time there's a shot between the posts. Every player has to earn his place. We're a squad with competition, and that applies to every single one in the team, the former Cardiff City head coach said. For years, De Gea has been an asset to United. It just doesn't feel that way anymore. The Spaniard has allowed mistakes to creep into his game in recent seasons and is no longer hailed as one of the game's best keepers. United have started to concede too many soft goals in which De Gea is beaten at his near post too frequently and doesn't command the box as he should. And for the first time in his decade-long career in Manchester, the Spanish goalkeeper has genuine competition for his number 1 status. If De Gea doesn't improve on his fatal mistakes and Henderson takes full advantage of his chances in the cup competitions, Solskjaer may consider putting the Spaniard on the bench in the Premier League as well. It's not easy to put one of the biggest stars on the bench, especially if they're amongst the highest paid players in the locker room, but it makes Solskjaer's decision a little easier since he has Henderson waiting for his chance. And, sadly, it looks like De Gea's time as preferred first-choice goalkeeper at Manchester is coming to an end. The Spaniard, who turns 31 in November, still has a lot to offer and might return to Spain in the summer for greener pastures. But then again, it remains to be seen if any club out there will be willing to take a risk on a keeper whose form clearly suggests that his best days are behind him.